Okay guys, today's low effort videos M2K review. I got this mouse about 2 weeks ago now, so I've used it for a fairly long enough time to give quite an accurate review. $350. Is it worth it? There's no way you could say a mouse would be worth $350, but I can say this is my end game. An end game mouse is a real thing. I didn't think it was until I've got this, but the weight, the shape, everything is perfect for me, and with the scroll wheel, there's no changes that could be made. Well, if they could make the mouse the same mouse but wireless with the same weight, that would be much better. So to get into the main thing I was worried about when getting this mouse was the rubber cable. My own experience with rubber cables in the past really was with like Zaunkoenig, and I wasn't the biggest fan of them. But with this, it's actually quite flexible, and with the micro bungee that Ryland sent me, thank you Ryland, on the monitor, it feels near enough wireless. Okay, when you get to the edge and you start pulling it, it has some movement back, so that's not the best thing. All I have to do, you can't really paracord this mouse easily. So I did get the Sandblasted shell, which looks very cool. You can see it has some defects in it, but it's not a big deal. You can't feel them while holding it. This feels better than grip tape on any other mouse. I don't feel the need to make any changes to this mouse. Even Ryland said he won't be putting grips on his, and he lizard skins everything, so that's really good. Clicks, we've got Japanese on ones, super crispy. I don't think my phone will be good for click tests, but there's zero pre-travel on these whatsoever, and tensioned perfectly. Those hand-picked switches really go a long way to make it feel a lot more premium. Scroll wheel, I think it's just a white encoder. It feels very similar to super light scroll wheel. Because it's covered in a ceramic coating, it feels a bit crispier is how I'd describe it. I do enjoy it, but you know, sometimes when you have scroll wheel and you go up a little bit and you can feel that weird little scroll, it does have that, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but in game I'm only going down once or up once, so it's not the biggest deal. Mouse feet, they won't confirm what they are, but they're definitely core pads. And yeah, I do have some extra replacements in my box up there, which I should have probably got out before making the video, but I'm not going to do that now. You can just see from the bottom of the mouse the amount of engineering that's gone into this to make it possible. It's really impressive. The weight on my scale, it came to 21 grams. Other people's is 24, 23. I think it depends on how much cable you have on there. Okay, talk about performance. It's got 3360 in there, which is apparently optimized for low latency, but there is some issues there. 8 kilohertz polling rate, but 3360 when you're moving the mouse at normal speeds, the frame rate is between 4100 and 4900. So being less than 8000. All those polls are not being utilized for movement data, but you're still getting 8 kilohertz clicks, which is fine. It's kind of annoying. Maybe they should have delayed the mouse until 3399 was available, which is what Razer used in the Viper 8 kilohertz. The good thing about that sensor is it has unlocked frame rate, so it doesn't matter how fast you're moving the mouse, you're going to be getting above and fully utilizing it. Yeah, in terms of the 8K, I was talking with Ryland about this earlier. You can feel it and you can see it that it is smoother, and you're getting sort of more points of articulation is how I would describe it, but it's not a difference in the sense of if you were going to miss this shot on 1000 hertz, you're going to hit it on 8000. It's not like that. You can just see your aim more realistically. Maybe you can see that you're a bit more shaky, whereas the 1000 hertz is smoothing you out a bit, so you can then refine your aim better from that point. I'd rather have this mouse 1000 hertz and wireless than 8K, to be honest. But you know, my opinion of that might be based on the fact that games right now aren't really supporting 8 kilohertz, so maybe I'm not seeing the true experience of what would be possible if the engine was designed to utilize it properly. Another cool thing, credit to WT Flood, is the 3360 in this one uses SROM 5. I have no idea what that means, but you can use up to 3500 DPI without smoothing, which is awesome. We want to get as much information through to the computer as possible, so that's sick. Okay, I got that on the box, so I said I wouldn't get. The box of this thing is super nice. The way it comes packaged, wrapped in paper, with your mouse serial number written on there is just so premium. One thing that is a bit annoying is this doesn't fit in there, and this is the sort of instructions, the thank you, and like the dummy PCB. I don't know if that's a working PCB or not, but you also have German Bravas, but it would just be nice in a future revision if that could just fit in there. so I don't have to find somewhere just to store it separately from that. It just seems kind of unnecessary. In here we've got super secret replacement mouse feet, which BA exclusive. What the fuck you know about BA, boy? And then inside here you've got really nice cut foam. The mouse comes sat in here wrapped up really nicely, so you never have to worry about this mouse getting damaged if you're transporting it or shipping it to someone else if you're a retard and you decide you want to sell it. I won't get into all the other nonsense of if your hands are X by X, this mouse will be perfect for you. For fingertip grip, this is a good mouse. It's $350 though, so unless you are properly an enthusiast and you like to collect mice, you aren't going to get it. But HSK has just gone up for pre-order on X-ray pad for a decent price, but then you get scammed on the shipping. I know Murky's got one, so be sure to watch out for his BA Murky HSK review. Link in description. Now to get to the point where this mouse was on my mouse pad wasn't the easiest process. First, I had to separate myself with $350, which is a lot of money, as all of you will know. Even as someone who does have disposable income, to spend that much on just a computer mouse is a really weird concept. But then aside from that, it was delayed, and I think it took about 55 days in total for it to get to me. The communication during that time wasn't the best. Obviously, it's just two guys completely building the mice on their own, so it's to be expected. But the way people behave in their Discord server is just absolutely ridiculous. You ask for updates or you express that you're a bit frustrated, and people will just personally attack you and act like you're a problem when they're making their Discord a completely unwelcoming place, which shouldn't be open to customers if the modders and the techie guys in there can't handle talking to people like normal human beings. But aside from all the weirdo hostilities in their Discord server, anytime I talk directly to either of the two brothers, they were very polite and very kind. So I appreciate all the hard work from you guys, thank you. But yeah, to round it up, this mouse has ruined every single other mouse for me. All these mice up here, thousands of dollars worth, is going to be sold because there's no point. I'm going to have this, and I'll have a medium Starlight coming hopefully within the next 3-4 weeks. Fuck knows what Finalmouse are doing, because they keep lying about shipping it, which is great. But I'm genuinely concerned that the 46 gram Finalmouse is going to feel heavy compared to me using this. So the fancy new ultra lightweight wireless might not feel so fancy and new to me, but we will see. Alright, that's it guys, see you later.